Before this video begins, I'd like to give a huge thanks to my channel members who you can see on screen now. Become a member by hitting the join button and get your name here among other awards today. Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Horizon 3. Today we're continuing on Let's Play. This is episode 14. In today's episode we are going to be upgrading the Yarra Valley Festival site and seeing what's to do. Also we've got some barn finds to get and it should be a fun old little time. So let's go ahead and nip the Prowler in and see what they do.
You do not want to know how much we spent on the new PA system. It was worth it. They can probably hear us back in Byron.
Nice. Alright, what cars is the game going to want to offer us up? It's looking at GT cars, which I don't want, so we won't get one of those. Right, we've got a barn find to redeem. We'll redeem that later on. For now, let's go ahead and buy us a car. And I'm afraid it's going to be the third all-wheel drive car on the trot. Next time, I'm going to buy something that isn't all-wheel drive. But for now, we are going to go for Elon's favourite, the 2016 Tesla Model S P19D with ludicrous mode. The final time it ever appeared in a Forza game. So, that's exciting. Alright, let's see what livery... Jesus Christ. America! There's an American livery, SpaceX. I kind of want like a race car or something, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Right, fine, fuck it. I'm not going to get a livery. I'll just cut that out of the video. I like this green. Let's go with the green. It's from Hindu Gitter. Well, there you go. Those of you who are now watching on YouTube won't actually know what we're on about because I'll have cut all that out because livery searching did not go well. It's just trash. The livery system on this game is truly diabolical. Anyways, we have our Tesla where you can open everything but the front. I don't know what actually is in the front of a Tesla, but I'm sure it's something. Right. Motor and battery upgrades. I do like motor and battery upgrades. I do want 927 foot-pound of torque. I don't quite know what class I want to go for. I guess we're going to end up in S1. So, definitely want race tyres because this thing understeers like a motherfucker. Apparently the front tyres are bigger than the rears. That's interesting. Oh, sorry, the rear tyres are bigger than the fronts. Ugh. Brakes, yes. Race suspension, yes. I'm setting this up to be a full race car when I know damn well the actual tracks it's going to give us are not race tracks. That removes a whole ton of weight out of it. Driveline. Electric cars, I guess they have drivelines. I guess that makes sense. S1892 is as close to the top as we're going to get, so let's go ahead and buy all that and get out of here. And then we'll start driving our Tesla around and see what becomes of that. Right, we do need to go find some barns, so we'll get on that.
You've got to hand it to our scouts.
I guess we can go look at that as well, considering apparently that's how far Yarra Valley's jurisdiction goes. Okay, right, so I guess we're going to go down here, figure out what these are, and crack open these barns. Let's go. Hello, Ludo. Oh yeah, no gears for today. That's a fun little thing. I guess the Elon Spunk box is good for something at least. If not for much else. I mean, it looks neatish, I guess. The Model S is probably the best looking Tesla they've had. It does look kind of like a Vauxhall though, which is a bit of an issue. Timber Mill Trail, where will that lead us to? Oh, perfect. Everything's looking electric. Alright, Super Saloons, Tesla Model S, let's go. Have we driven a Super Saloon yet? I feel like we probably have. I feel like I need to cross off some cars as well. So that's done now, and that's done now. Cool. So So I've got to drive something not all-wheel drive next time. I think I've got an idea for that, but we'll... I like how you can hear the electric... Yes. Oh yeah, the Roadster. I forget the Roadster exists, namely because Tesla sort of forgets the Roadster exists. In fact, they've forgotten about it twice. It was Tesla's sort of first car, and then it just sort of stopped. I'll take pictures later on, I can't be arsed right now. They sort of forgot it existed first time round. They don't really talk about it much in their heritage idea, and then they had that one where they were like, hey, it's going to do 250 miles an hour, it's going to be really cool, going to launch it on a spaceship. And then nothing ever happened. Again, it just sort of, that car went into the dead of night and no one ever saw it again. Actually, it doesn't handle that badly now. That's good. Again, no engine noise for this episode, so hopefully you can't hear the sound of me masturbating. Right. The only problem with electric cars is straight line speed. Although, that might... I don't know. I wonder if I can upgrade the gearbox. No, I thought that was the second... I thought it was the prototype they launched into space. I do like it how Tesla is one of those companies where people either absolutely adore Tesla and think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or they absolutely despise them. In case you didn't know, I fall on that latter half. Not that I despise Tesla. Tesla makes okay cars. It's just Elon is a complete and utter twat-twongle. I saw that one Tesla that looks like a fat P85. It was surprisingly quick, but looked fat even for an American car. Yeah, they're not small cars. I've seen the Model X's around. Those are... Model X's look like Vauxhall Insignias dead on from the front. I'm not even kidding. I've had that mistake twice. Once when I thought, oh, that's a Vauxhall Insignia, and it turned out to be a Model X, and then once when I thought, oh, that's a Model X, and then it turned out to be a Vauxhall Insignia. It's, I don't often get confused by cars, but that one, yeah, that really did confuse me. Also, I think I've used the Tesla in Horizon before. I want to say I used it in Horizon 2, but it was during that championship part of the game, those like 6 episodes where no one watched, and I can't even quite recall why I made them in the first place. Fuck off with your weeb livery. So, that's fun. The Model X is the big one with the Falcon doors, and the Model 3 is the tiny... Well, I say tiny one, you know, the one that's supposed to be affordable yet costs £62,000 and can beat an M4, like, great, that's really what we need affordable cars to do. Right. The mud just sort of disappeared off the car. Oh no, it's still there. It's just sort of the LOD made it phase off. Get some XP, I want extra XP for being extra eco in this episode. You got no fans. Well, apparently I've got 7 million of them. Which is... 7 million of them. How big... I think that means I have a bigger channel than that Boogie guy. Anyways. Right. I wanted to look at upgrading the gear ratios, because... No! Never mind then. Final drive? No. That would make the Tesla too overpowered. Right. Barn finding. Drone. Okay, so it can't be over there. I should be pretty good at remembering where these are. I like how these Australians apparently have really nice looking houses, but really shit looking sheds. In Australia, it's sort of, you know, priorities. You gotta have your shed that looks rusty and authentic. It needs to look like one of those sheds that you hide 12 cans of fucking, I don't know, what the Australians drink, Foster's. Even though that's English, I think. But, shut up. Okay, that's a speed trap, so we figured that out. Right. So, if it's not, it might just be over in this vast void, which wouldn't surprise me. How about that Porsche? I hate it because they've called it turbo. which is like, and everyone, like Jalopnik sat there like, well, they call the Porsche 911 have turbos now, but they call some of them not turbos. And it's like, that's not how that works. That's fine, I guess, but like, it's an electric car that literally doesn't have a turbo. That's the issue. It's not the fact that they don't call their other cars turbos when they're turbos, it's the fact that they've called an electric car a turbo. That's just stupid. Watch fucking Tesla come out and be like, hey, this is the Tesla Model S supercharged. And then everyone will want them to be killed. Anyways, let's see what's inside the barn.
Come on, what have you got for me? I can't even see it under there. Is that... No, it can't be. It looks like one of the rarest and most valuable Maseratis ever made, currently being used as a bookshelf. Mate, if I'm right, this is huge. Give me a chance to get it fixed up at the shop, yeah?
Right. Few issues with that. Don't get me wrong, very expensive, very nice car, wonderful. The problem is we're sat there just like, I can't even see under there. Is that a Maserati? When the grille is literally sat there and it says, like, it's got the emblem on it. Like, no, it's the fucking Volvo 242 that someone's just put a Maserati logo on it for the memes. Like, come on. No. Hey, it's the Infiniti Q60 concept car. I love how you can tell the age of some of the Forza models with stuff like that. Q60 concept car, when the Q60 got cancelled this year, I think, and they never actually implemented the proper version of it, so. For you Tesla Q60 fans. The M stands for Mazda. Well, I mean, this is Australia. And as I detailed in a previous episode, the Mazda 3 is the best-selling car in Australia. Because the Australians have car taste, believe it or not. I didn't actually look into what else they buy, so maybe they've got like some truly horrible other cars, but as far as I'm aware, everything else they drive is relatively a-okay. This thing does not... I've got to be honest, it handles fine. It handles like a boat though. It really is just very, very boaty. Their charging stations are called superchargers. Oh yeah, I forget about that. See, the thing is with supercharged, I guess charged makes sense, but still, I mean, unless Porsche's going to turn around and call their thing like turbo technetics, I don't know. I'd have just called it the Porsche Taycan the Piss, but there you go. The Mazda 3 is pretty decent for what it's worth. Yes, indeed. It's a very car. It's good at doing car things. Can confirm, probably. I've never driven one. I've driven a Mazda 6 like 2 inches before. I don't know if that counts or anything. I think that's the talkiest car I've ever driven. Hey, look, it's a Taycan. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Anyways. Why did they not just electrify the Panamera? That's what I want to know. Considering the Taycan and... I wonder if maybe the Taycan is replacing the Panamera. That wouldn't surprise me. Considering the Panamera name probably hasn't got much in the way of good... Oh, God. Well, that flew. I'm not sure how well it flew. 2 stars, that's how well it flew. Right. So that's everything done up here. We need to go into... Oh, we need to discover what that is as well. I'll come back around and do that in a bit. Let's head over to get this other barn find. It does basically look like a Panamera. Yeah, it is probably... It wouldn't surprise me if they do replace the Panamera with the Taycan. But I don't know if Porsche is ready to go. Like, they're ready to build an electric car. I don't know if they're quite ready to replace their saloon car with an electric car yet. We'll see though. I don't know how many Panameras they actually sell. They're probably like... I can't imagine a Panamera is like a big seller. Probably mostly like Macans and Cayennes. You do actually see quite a few Cayennes rolling around. But yeah, no, I mean, other than the turbo thing, the Taycan's fine. I find it hard to be interested in electric cars. I'll be perfectly honest, if Lotus can't make me interested in a 2,000 horsepower hypercar, which is electric, then you haven't really got much hope for a four-door saloon car, but there you go. Is that it? That's it. I went all the way around to figure out it's there. Woo. I'm interested to see what it drives like in GT Sport, if that counts for anything. When that eventually comes to the game. And that's like the first time I've ever hyped a car coming to the game. Other than maybe the Supra. Anyways, let's see what's in here.
I knew we'd find it. We always do. Whoa, cool! It's a Volvo, but what a Volvo. Front engine, rear drive sports car. And if it's the one I think it is, it's famous. Come on, let's get it out of here.
Pop culture reference, probably. I'm assuming that's what all the bullet holes are. Right. Down there, I get. Oh, do I wanna? Nah, we'll go down there.
Go away! Go away! I can't work with you watching. I'll call you when it's ready.
Okay. I like the P1800. Then again, considering the fact that I'm pretty open about my intense love for Volvos, yeah, that shouldn't really surprise you. It's proof PD remembered. Oh yeah, cars, yeah. We can be cool too.
Turn left.
I'm assuming that red thing is like how much battery it's taking up, I think. But yeah, no, PD's like, hey, we can do mainstream cars too. Don't look at the Honda Fit Hybrid. Look, we can add cars that even dude bros like you actually want to drive.
In 400 yards.
And I'm just sat there just like, hey, I'll take the Fit. The Fit's probably more interesting to drive than the Taycan is. I wonder if I can fly into that like that. Brainiac time. Yes! That is how you OG a fucking speed trap, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, here's 3 of them.
That's how you fucking do it like a boss. Right. Carrying on. Where we gotta go? Up there. That was beautiful. And that was the most beautiful thing. The A110 Supra, Tundra and Taycan. Yes.
In 400 yards, turn right.
The Taycan the piss. Oh no, Lotus, I just thought, you know what's going to happen now, don't you?
Turn right.
I think there's a YouTube clipping system now, I'm not sure. I got a thing inviting me to look at it, but it looked weird, so I didn't touch it for this stream. I'll probably try it next time. But, yeah, the, I can't wait for people to now, on GT Sport, as soon as the Taycan is added, just, like, put on the side of it, just, like, Polyphony Digital is Taycan the piss with Spa. Because you know that's going to happen. You know that's going to happen. Like that one guy who put shit on the side of a Volkswagen van, he's now going to put shit on the side of a Taycan so he can make a pun. If he's intelligent enough to do that, which, considering the fact he's uploading game complaints to the side of a fucking Volkswagen van, probably not.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right, the game wanted me to go in a million different directions, so I'm not actually sure where I'm supposed to be going. That's is SV2 clever, yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, but it's just gonna move on to whatever the next thing is. What else do people like? Midfield Raceway. I don't know. I'd actually want to see that, but yeah, no. I don't know. I love that guy who fucking puts shit on the side of that Volkswagen van. Because, am I the only one? Oh yeah, Laguna Seca is apparently like retardedly expensive to license these days. Am I the only one that gets the suspicion from that guy is that he was probably like one of the people that was like sit there and like when the Volkswagen bus was added, he was like, "Oh, they're not adding enough serious race cars to the game. What is this shit?" I can imagine. You know, something. Oh, I don't want to drive that. Give me a real car. There we go. I like the blueprint system. It's good shit. Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? I mean, look, I can sort of get the people that are complaining about the road cars, considering the game's kind of like based around the idea of GR3s and 4s, and they, to my knowledge, haven't had it added a single one of those to the game, but even still, it's like, come on. Hey, look, it's me in a cool car. Good on me. I think there was an Infinity at this front that had a cool livery on it. Oop, God. Did I get that? I got it. But yeah, no, I would personally like to see more GR3s. Honestly, I would kind of like them to, like, sit there and take, like, the road cars. Like, instead of adding... This is going to be controversial. You know, for me personally, I almost would want to see it where they're, like... Now the game's sort of winding down, they add like GR3 and GR4 versions of the cars they've already got. Granted, people are probably going to sit there and moment going, "It's lazy!" But I mean, come on. How can you not want to see a Group 4 Honda Fit hybrid? Would that not be the best thing? Or like, I don't know, what else have they got in that game? A GT3 A110, that would probably handle like anus, but even still. Yeah, but that non-concept car, that's just stupid. Makes more sense. Yeah, it does make more sense to complain about them in GT Sport. The problem is, Polyphony shot themselves in the foot with that one. Because, like, slow cars in previous Gran Turismo games, it was like, oh, Jesus, that Infinity's not having fun, and neither am I. Right. The thing is, it's like, Polyphony shot themselves in the foot with that one, because they sit there and go, "We've made a racing simulator. This game is approved by the FIA, that's why you can't save when you're offline," which is stupid. You know, they sort of sat there and they preach about how simulatory it is and all the rest of it, and then they add all the, like, cars which most racing simulators avoid, and especially the road cars. I was never a fan of them adding road cars in the first place, just because I always thought the road cars in sport handled like anus. But that's me. But I mean, Forza's sort of more open. Forza's basically a sandbox racing game at this point, where they're just like, hey, there's like a bunch of stuff. You can do the career if you want. You can do free play if you want. Do whatever you want. You've got like, I think Forza 7 has like 842 cars. It's like, you have 842 cars. You can do practically whatever you want to do to them. Go play. Well, as sport's a little bit more like, oh, play the sport mode, we gotta play the line. People were actually moaning at me the other day because I never bothered checking out the online mode for sport, and it's just like, I don't care. I hate racing games online. Can you not see here right now, this is exactly why I hate racing games online, because I actually suck at them. Fun fact, I'm actually really terrible at games. Then again, I'm like 75 years old, so my cognitive skills are... Well, you know. Is that one of those... Is that a GS? That is a GS. Interesting. I feel like PD is trying too hard to appeal to both parties. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The problem is they'll never appease other people. They'll never appease one another, or at least in the current build of the game. Because the thing is, you've got like the sim people who aren't happy because of all the new cars being added, despite the fact that they can just drive the old cars. And yeah, and you got me, who will never accept that game as a proper Gran Turismo game because it feels lifeless. Like, don't get me wrong, I like playing it like once every couple of months. It's kind of fun. I need to get back on Hot Lap Sport as well. I've actually like legit recorded like 12 or 13 cars for that series. So I technically have like a week's worth of videos for that ready to go. I just need to edit them, which isn't hard, but for some reason I've been putting it off. You know, that game's fun to play like every now and again, but like the career mode for me, I can't stand it. The career, I hate directionless career modes. It's why I didn't like the career mode in Forza 6, because it feels like there's just nothing going on. Hey, what are we gonna win? $70 grand. But yeah, it's like the career mode feels soulless. I hate soulless career modes. I hate the one in Forza 6 because like all you got from it was money. I like the Forza 7 one where they gave you prize cars and stuff, but everyone complained about that and ruined it. Right, so there's 2 over there. And then there's 2 bits down here. Have I done these? Yeah. It's so confusing the way Yara Valley's laid out. Right, so we'll go do that. If that turns out to take us a million miles away, we won't do it. Yeah. My hatred for most sim racing people, though, is pretty... I am... Yeah, I'm well aware of it. It's like people who've said to me before, hey, why didn't you try playing iRacing? It's like, because I don't want to be one of those people. I bought it. I've got 3 months of it for like $1. So I'll play it at some point, we'll see what it's like, but I'm not gonna sit there and make videos and be like, hey guys, my name is SimRacer234, today I'm gonna show you how to masturbate with 3 hands, cause when I'm driving really hard, when I'm like sat there for 24 hours having to take a shit on my own trousers, oh, so simulation. Race car drivers don't get up to go to the bathroom, so I don't either. My mum works at the soap business purely so I can wash my ass. Anyways. Oh god, many traffic. What the fuck is going on there? A conga line of cars on this country road.
Keep right.
This country road, take me home to the place I belong. Tesla Model S. Let's select it. Take me home. I'll never not be salty about buying a PS3, looking forward to the all-new HD world of Gran Turismo, then GT5 comes out and isn't finished, and then GT6 has the same issue. Yeah, agree. GT5 really was... Is that a fucking... Okay. Right. I mean, I'll give him props for that one. That I wasn't expecting that. Someone's got a fucking the same livery as one of the trophy trucks on an M3. That's certainly something. But yeah, no. GT5 really was a disappointment. But see, the problem with GT5, realistically, when you boil it down, that game would have been fine if it had launched, like, when the PS3 came out. But the problem with GT5 is it was directionless. No one actually seemed to know what they wanted to do with it. Like, they had the whole, like, oh, you can buy cars, but we're going to put a big emphasis on character customization, because that matters in a racing game. And we're going to have, like, these new HD cars, but we want to include all of the old good cars that you were well aware from Gran Turismo's past, so We've included them all, but they're standard models which stick out like a sore thumb, and, you know, we've got all these cool driving simulations, but the career mode itself feels a bit weird and unbalanced, because, like, pickup trucks, you can't buy them new, and the Lamborghini challenge that you do, you have to spend like 200k on a Gallardo you use for one fucking race. The problem with GT5 is it just sort of dipped its hands in many different things and didn't quite know how to pull it off. GT5 would have been a lot better of a game if they had literally just done a Gran Turismo 3 and just said, right, strip everything out of it, let's just do this from the buy. If they'd done that, like, added, I think it was like 200, 250 premium cars in GT5, which is fine now, because, I mean, we're used to that with GT3. Do that, launch that, GT6 comes out, give them 400, 500 cars, and then by the time Sport came out, you could have all those, like, they're using the premium models now, and the premium models stand up. Like, Sport could have just been 7 as a launch title, and you'd have been A-okay, but no, instead they sort of just spent years developing stuff that didn't matter, because they're... Is that a fucking texture glitch? Yeah, the GT5 Prologue is genuinely more fun than the original GT5. I like the Prologue a lot. I'm going to LP that at some point. Yeah, and the other issue with the Prologue is it felt done. Like, if they'd launched the Prologue with like 150 more cars, good. But they didn't. Then again, I mean, it does mean like Prologue is actually kind of a fun game to still play. I've got GT4 Prologue, and like outside of a few menu changes, there's just no point of bothering with that game, but GT5 Prologue actually feels like a unique, interesting, fun game, so. Problem with 6 is I really like 6. The problem with 6 is it just felt a bit... GT5 tried to stick its fingers in so many pockets. GT6 refined that down a little bit, but the problem is they also I don't know. They also... 6 just felt like a... almost like a developer kit for GT5, if that makes sense. Like, because you had all the used cars just in the new car dealer, but like, because of all the regional differences and all that, the car list was inflated like 1,000,000 times over. Don't get me wrong, I like GT6 a lot, but that game did have an issue. Yeah, I guess. I mean, again, the problem with 5 is Gran Turismo had already reinvented itself once. Gran Turismo's reinvented itself 3 times now. Oh, I say reinvented. First GC, GT2 was an expansion on GT1, then they had GT3 which wiped everything clean. 5 should have wiped everything clean for 6, but the problem is it didn't, it kept everything, and now Sport is basically the slate cleaner. The problem is Sport also wanted to be a million other things, it wanted to be basically iRacing for console and all the rest of it, that's the issue. So,
come on down.
You know, my big issue with Sport is they focused on the 1%. You know, the vast majority, if you ask most people what Gran Turismo is, right, you ask most people what Gran Turismo is, they will tell you, it's like, oh, that's the game I used to have on, like, PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, I buy, like, it was awesome, I bought, like, a RX-7, Supra, EXA Canopy. I bought that as the first car and did some races and did some upgrades to it, and it was awesome and it was cool, but I never completed it because it was ridiculously long. That's what Gran Turismo is to the vast majority of people. Gran Turismo is not like, hey, I want a real driving simulator, I want to drive cars realistically, it's so real. Like, no, I want to collect, I don't want to sit there and... I have no interest in, like, building a bond with a virtual M6 GT3. I just want, you know, I want a whole heap of cars that I can drive for fun. Not like, this is like serious race cars for serious racing purposes. I don't know if I'm making much sense. It's quite early. It's quite early, and also I used to love Gran Turismo back in the day. I am actually one of those people who prefers GT4 to Forza 1, which actually is kind of controversial if you ask quite a few people. Where's the barn? What's a barn finding in this episode? Where's Barney? It ain't Barney the purple dinosaur. If you get that reference, I love you. Where the fuck is this thing? I wonder if it's like right on the outskirts down here somewhere. They actually do quite a good job of hiding these sometimes. Other times they don't. Excuse me. I'll read that in a second. Just let me try and find this fucking thing. I don't know if it's near the thing. It's a bulk reference. It's not a reference to the actual show. If you don't know what the incredible bulk is, Google it. It's incredible. And by incredible, I mean it's absolutely fucking atrocious. This barn strikes me as somewhere that would be like, there. Ping. Right. I love how GT Sport has car models that are actually finished, and I don't care. Yeah, I don't care for the online games. Yeah, the car roster's a bit... I don't know. I like having some of the older cars, but some of it is just like, it's clear you're just importing stuff from GT6 because it's easy. I can't really blame them, but still.
Oh, I love this part. That's an FX. That's the first ute Holden ever made. That is Australia's gift to the motoring world, right there. However, this one smells like it's had goats living in it.
Australia's presence in a motoring world. Yeah, it was such a good present, no one actually used it outside of Australia. Maybe New Zealand.
I'll take it back to the garage. You just wait till I get it cleaned up and retuned.
Yeah, I completely agree on the single player stuff. Like, that's why I don't play the single player, because what's the point? You just earn money from it. Like, why can they not just make it so at the end of the championship you get a prize car? Why is that so... Oops. Anyways, let's find out what we're actually doing. Ignore your sat-nav and bounce your way to the gorge in the Penhole Cohola. Did I find the R42 already? I don't know. Spoiler alert, the R42 is a barn find, although I think I've discussed that in a previous episode.
And it is safe to do so.
First you yeet the buggy, then you beat the buggy. To yeet the buggy, you gotta beat the buggy. Oh god. Fuck's sake. Alright, I've actually probably got to look at a map for this one. Also, I've got to try and... don't do the... Right. Let's restart that. No bullying the buggy. It's a good boy. I fucking hate the buggies in this game. I actually genuinely hate the way they drive.
Turn around.
Right. So do you just follow the water around? You just do that? That I don't know. I've never actually really been over this part of the game that often. It's a buggy, which means you're going to hear the engine a lot. I'm not used to hearing the engine in my lovely Tesla. To Australia! Oh god! Oh no. Oh yes! Haha! Suck my nipples. Alright. Water. I like how this car has the longest aerial in the world on it. I wonder what that's actually... Hi. I wonder what that's actually used for. Going for a roam. Yellow headlights. Stop mating. Go. Stop. Stop. Right. So I have to tell all the women in the club, you know what I'm saying? Haha. Alright. Fuck your Subaru. Got a fucking horse. How does that song go again? Oh god, do we level up? Yes we do. We can win something that will kill us. That should be fun. Instead we're gonna win 5 grand. I mean, I can probably buy a car that will kill me. Actually no, I can't, because the cheapest car in this game is 20 grand. Although I do remember that one time that they made the Crown Victoria cost 5,000, oh yeah, 1,000 credits. So people bought like 1 million of those.
Hey Emile, Festival Site Expansion Plan 1614-B ready to be put into effect. What can I say? I'm an organised person.
Wonderful. We'd be expanding over there next time, I think. But alas. Right. Fuck your Mitsubishi, I've got a horse outside.
Turn around when it is safe
Fuck.
to do so.
What is it? Fuck your Mitsubishi, I've a horse outside. Fuck your ba-da-da-da, I've a horse outside. Fuck your Subaru, I've a horse outside. My favourite thing about the video for that song is the fact— oh god, alive! Oh god. Right, carrying on. Hello, Pre-Pre. Anyways, my favourite thing about the music video for that song is the fact the Subaru they refer to is not actually a Subaru in the video, it's like an A86. Like, that clearly says Toyota Twin Cam on the side of it. There's a lot of highlight reel when it comes to this Tesla. Elon is,
In 400 yards, turn left.
I don't want to find fucking Angel. No one's been able to find him on Discord for like 7 months. What hope do you think I have for finding him in the fucking Outback? Alright. I'm bouncing. Oh god, no! Stop! Thank you. At least it's obedient, I'll give it that. The Tesla just like to flip, yeah, for a car that weighs like more than my house, it does like to roll over and explode quite a lot.
In 400 yards, turn right.
He's freaking gone! You're telling me. So Discord hasn't deactivated his account for being dead for so long. He streams on Twitch though, I think. Oh. Wait, is that actually true? If that's true, then remind me not to sing Eyeless around you.
Yards, turn left.
Oh, well, that's an Infinity. I thought that was a Civic for a second. Nice. Well, I mean, at least you pushed me in the direction I was. Tesla model flips. Yeah, there you go. Good. I like that. I approve. Oh, I thought I actually like might have gained something more than that. Anyways. Nah. Okay, cool.
200 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, keep
I am my father's son because it's a phantom of mystery and that leaves me nothing. How many times have you wanted to die? It's too late for me. All you have to do is get rid of me.
turn right. In 200 yards, keep right.
I would have played music in this, but I can't be fucked to figure out how to... I can't be fucked to redo my playlist, because I think I need to, like, redo my playlist again. Apparently there's a drift zone in the rainforest.
You've arrived at your destination.
Hi, where's the bucket? I'm saving up for Ford GT. What, in game or in real life? Race a storm to Surfer's Paradise in the F-Type Project 7. If I remember rightly, this is one of the more memorable of these. Also, Project 7. That was a neat car.
Turn right.
Do 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 do. Which Ford GT? So how the fuck are you supposed to get out of here? Right, let's retry this again, because apparently I've clearly taken a wrong turn somewhere, because there's this giant asshole barrier that won't let me out. I like the livery of the Project 7. I can play music on the stream now on YouTube, it doesn't really matter. But, the problem is, I need to, my,
Turn right.
what do I use for it? I think I use, like,
Turn left.
I can't actually remember. Oh, fuck's sake. Again. I like how that's such a narrow fucking... Anyways, we've got, like, 5.5 miles in 5 minutes, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I can play music on stream. I've done that before. I played, like, music during the Pimp My Ride streams. Shout out to those if you haven't checked those out already. They're pretty fun. Yeah, I can play music on the stream. It's not an issue. The problem is my playlist on whatever app I use. I think it's Groove Music. I'm not sure. Anyways, the playlist is like 1,000 songs long, and that's the limit you have, and I'm fairly certain that I've got like 50 songs to add to that, because I've bought a lot of albums since then, so yeah, I can't bother to do that. I'll probably do it again at some point, but for right now, I might bother at some point in the week, because I'm planning on streaming a few bits this week, so probably quite a bit of Horizon 3, so you can nip this game in the bud, so we can move on to something else. It really sounds like I already want to get rid of the Horizon 3 LP. I actually like Horizon 3, the problem is it's just not my optimal Horizon game. As in, I prefer the other 3 to this one. I don't know. The problem with Horizon 3 is it was good back in its day, don't get me wrong, but the problem is Horizon 4 does everything 3 does, but does it better. So, yeah. But don't get me wrong, I like some bits of Horizon 3. I prefer certain settings and stuff to Horizon 3. Although the desert can go fuck itself, I much prefer the UK in terms of overall infrastructure. But Surfer's Paradise is cool.
Turn right.
Surfer's Paradise is pretty sick.
Turn right.
Drift out. I will say, a little shout out to Horizon 2 in the fact that Horizon 2 somehow still manages to feel like the biggest map of any of the Horizon games.
Keep right.
Despite the fact I'm fairly certain like 3 and 4 are like way bigger.
Keep right.
I think it's just because 2 has more defined areas. There's like 6 major cities. Whereas these games have like not a lot going on, so... I mean, the problem with Horizon games now, it's much a sort of similar issue Forza's having right now, is Forza's got a formula, the formula works tremendously well, the problem is there's not really much you can do with the formula. It's always my thing, when people are sat there going, oh, Forza needs to change, Forza needs to do this, it's like, well, yeah, but what can you actually add to it? Like, they've added 1,000,001 features to it now, so... I don't know. It's because you actually feel like you're travelling through the map in FH2? Maybe. Alright, we've got a drift zone, and I think that does it for this particular episode, and our trusty Tesla again, same complaint I had in the last episode. I absolutely despise driving Horizon games in the fucking dark. I wish there was an option to turn off the day-night cycle. Whether I can deal with day-night cycle can go fuck itself. Unless it's Horizon 1, but that's just because that was kind of saturated looking. Alright. Elon. Does Elon stand for Formula E Drift? I don't know. Apparently, yes. It actually doesn't drift that badly. Transit. Don't fail because of that. There we go. 2 stars. I'll take 2 stars. Needs to be in Japan. There you go. That'll fix all of Forza's issues. Just setting it in Japan. Right. 60,000. Right, I think that is it as far as today goes. So, yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time we're going to be taking a trip back to Surfers Paradise, where we're going to expand that festival and see what it wants us to do. Join us for that. Until then, farewell. Hi, bonus clip. I forgot about something. For some reason, I missed that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that quickly, whatever that is. So, yeah, bonus clip. Hope you all enjoy. And then we'll actually get into doing something else. Why I hate the Yarra Valley Festival, because it spreads everything out ridiculously, so you don't actually know what you've done and what you haven't. There's probably something else I haven't done, but I haven't been paying attention, so. Oops. Or rather, the internet has a phrase like that. It's called oof. Ow. Right. Also, the Tesla has a column shifter. I forgot about that. That's neat. Back when Tesla cars were Tesla-ish. Also, the mileometer apparently just resets every time you fast travel, which is a bit of an issue. But we'll ignore that, I guess. Alright. Judging by the fact this is on a bend, I'm imagining like a drift zone or something, but it was probably more like a speed trap. Oh, it's a danger sign. That too. I don't know if that'll clear. Yeah, it will. Cool. Anyways, that's it. That's literally all we have. So, thank you all very much for watching. Join us next time for Surfers Paradise expansion. Until then, farewell.
You're